If not, I'll give y'all an update and then I'll go back to what I'm doing because I do got some homework to do tonight. But see, I don't really watch and see what's on YouTube too much. There's been a lot of the same stuff about something I don't even want to hear about. I haven't really watched. I got to check in the news because I was watching the news, but I haven't really watched as much because then they start talking about the drama and I can't. I'm just like gonna pray for brother and just keep it pushing. Um, but we'll chat here in a minute. Let me see. I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes, y'all. Hope y'all had a good weekend. I went and hung out with some friends this weekend, and I'm trying to think here. Ooh, Severance. I'm gonna watch my new seasons of Severance. Flatbed, what's up, baby? Let me put this to where everything is on here so I can see live chat. What you up to? Hey, Kathy, I didn't see you in here too. What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know y'all can hear me. Yep, okay. You said you're still in Florida. I thought you was in Louisiana. When you in Louisiana? Okay. What's the weather like, Kathy, in Texas? In Flatbed, what's the weather in Florida? In Florida, you should be probably... Well, Arizona been chilly. We done gotten down into the 30s a couple of times. So we've been hanging between 30 and probably 56, maybe 60. But most of the times between 30 and 60. So what's y'all weather like? 56? Okay. So y'all been kind of like us. Well, yeah, it's been cold. Well, they had a big storm, a winter storm, they say come from the north dropping down through the country. So I think there was some areas of the country that don't get snow. They got snow, and you saw the people out there in the south like, we got snow. We got snow. We happy to get snow. So they was all happy about that. Yeah, I got to get my back ready because I know we're getting ready to hit, the fall, summer weather. And I need to get the dirt. I'm going to reach out to a friend of mine, see if her son will come again because physically I'm still kind of amping up. So y'all, just so you know, I did go get the leg x-rayed. It did not show any breaks. Praise Jesus. So at least the knee. They did the knee area. I think we're going to have to see soft because I'm having pain. There's still pain and it swells. So I think he said we got to start x-ray first, then we'll probably look at ultrasound. So I got to do that. But praise God, that didn't have anything bad. Mammogram came back good also. So I did my mammogram, no cancer. Lymph nodes are breast supposedly. So praise Jesus on that. Yeah, I'm hoping it's been sunny. What we haven't had is rain. I think we had one day it did a little sprinkle, but we have not had rain. This is some very when they say drought, it ain't good. I'm just gonna say what we have experienced this winter, it ain't good. We ain't had no rain. And if we don't have rain, I doubt up north has had really snow. We ain't had nothing, and that's strange. Very strange. And I was in office all last week. I'm gotta reach out because my last couple of days, my back and my legs were, it was taking all I had. So I'm gonna reach out because we have a group we call to ask for what's called an ADA, and what it is like an accommodation. So we have to go in the office one. Hey PJ, what's up, baby? How's that weather? Hold on, PJ, St. Louis? It's St. Louis. Barbecue. I don't know why PJ I'm thinking barbecue. My fat butt. PJ is St. Louis. My fat butt. Thinking barbecue. I'm going to talk about it. You missed it. I started, Kathy, last Sunday. My first shot was last Sunday. I took my second shot today. So my first shot, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to get into it because I'll talk because I went to the doctor. So I'm gonna do the ADA not for my mobility issues. I've been having massive mobility issues. So about it's been while I was in training for the new position, I started having issues just walking. I was actually literally using. I had bought this little roller cart that was gonna go with me to from Target. That was supposed to like a hamper, roller hamper for clothes, but the little handle was cheap and the handle fell off. So I was like, okay, well, it's just gonna be a hamper here in the house. Well, I literally was using that like a rollating walker to get around my house and dragging this leg. My back, my leg, I can't even talk to you about the pain. And the leg was the worst. I think I was in a gout flare, but it was bad. See, I said barbecue. Kansas City, St. Louis, y'all all the same thing to me. Barbecue. All right. KC. Yeah, barbecue. Look, I said barbecue. I knew you was in that area. I said barbecue. Oh, Kathy, I didn't know you were doing Ozempics. Girl, I would have asked you, homie. Because I was really struggling whether to do it. Because my half-sister told me she had a couple friends, and I don't know if they were doing Wegovy or Ozempic. I don't know which one they were doing. But two of them got really sick. One of them ended up in a hospital. She was dehydrated. But you know what? Ninjas don't listen, and they don't read. And I don't know, because I don't know if they were Latino or not, but to me, all ninjas is ninjas. I don't care what nationality you are. You might be in the ninja category because you're hard-headed. Ninjas. Ninjas don't listen. And so when I read it, it tells you have to drink liquid. You need to be drinking fluids. You need to keep hydrated. So I'm literally drinking all day. I got the meat, and I'm not a water drinker unless I'm really thirsty. But I got the Mio going. I got water bottle. I drink water. I'm constantly have liquid near me, and I'm gonna buy one of those things because I'm not a person that just I drink water. I have to really be concentrating on it. But I'm thinking about one of those things that have like the water you drink and the levels you're supposed to drink in a day from Amazon or from Walmart, and just fill it up and go. Now I will tell you, if I do drink water, I like my water cold as hell. I also like what I do also like is water, like seltzer water with lime, with fresh lime. That's a winner for me. I will suck that down like nobody's business. Not lemon, lime. I can't explain it. It's a different thing that happens. And I did it, and me and Joe were at a restaurant, and he's like, oh my God, this. I said, I know, and it makes me water appealing to me. Otherwise, it's like it's just plain. I can't, and it's because of our really the bad habits of Americans, that we got all the sugars and all the crap that we drink. That's it. But Kathy, I did not know. Okay. All right, Kathy, I'm going to go ahead and describe what I'm going through. Oh, I like San Pellegrino. Why you playing? Why you messing with me, flatbed? I like San Pellegrino. It's bomb. Oh, okay. I'm going to look for it. I'm going to look for an app. Okay, what's the name of the app? If you don't remember, just put it in the comments and I'll go look at it later. So, let me describe what I experienced week 1, Kathy, and anybody else who knows, and anybody who wants to know, I'll tell y'all what I experienced. So, week 1, I took the shot on Sunday of last week. I woke up early in the morning. Now, today I didn't do the shot until about 10 something, because normally that would be the time I wake up. I just wasn't sleeping good on that. Well, the Saturday, I was going to do it Saturday because I picked it up Saturday. He did the order Thursday. I picked it up. Did I pick it up Saturday? Yeah, I picked it up Saturday. And he did the order for it. I was going to do the shot Saturday, but I was having stomach issues. So I have had, prior to this, stomach issues. When I eat, sometimes I have issues where, obviously, if I sneeze or cough, I'm in pain. My stomach is in pain. I don't know if that's gas. I don't know, but it has been rather frequent. And it's not like I'm overly full. I do notice, though, that I was always able, even though I knew I was lactose intolerant, I would get gas or I'd get the runs, depending on what type of dairy I was jacking with. If I did anything with like milk in it, I just become gassy. If I did cheese, I could either become constipated and or gassy. If I do ice cream, that's like X-Lax. It'll just clean me right out. But lately, if I touched anything massive dairy, cheese, milk, anything on that level, especially cheese, my stomach was like doing a different set of events. Then sometimes I would eat something, and for whatever reason, and I think spices now, because I love a good spicy food. But I would eat something and the spices, and my stomach would do MC Hammer and his whole entourage. And I would actually physically have to lay down and sit there and be moaning because my stomach would be in such pain. I would do some antacid, and finally I would lay down for a bit, and if I had to lay straight back, and everything would settle. Now, I don't know, because I have two hernias. I don't know if the hernias, because when I first came in, I've had them for over a year. When I first had them show up, I was having some stomach issues, discomfort, but it's really funky. So I was like, okay, I haven't done my colonoscopy. I was supposed to do a colonoscopy back during COVID, but they canceled it because of COVID, and I never did reschedule. So I have rescheduled. I got to go in office to talk to them in order to do a colonoscopy. So I'm praying that's going to be okay, but they couldn't get me until March. So that's scheduled to come down the road here. So what I'm doing right now is trying to schedule all my preventative and find out what's going on with the body. So I told them, you know what, based on the walking issue, if we ever had to do a knee surgery, I'm too heavy to do knee surgery. Yeah, I'm thinking it could be the hernias. That's exactly what I'm thinking. They could be, but they can't do the hernia repair surgery on me until I'm half of my body size. So I'm working on this for several reasons. I always say God sometimes, because I've been praying, Lord, do I do Ozempic? Do I go with the weight loss surgery? Direct my path. And the problem with the weight loss surgery has to do with my blood thinner and my blood clot disorder. So some of y'all who coming in new to the story, when I was 29, I got very sick when I was working, and I started having breathing issues. Didn't know what it was. One of my doctors thinks that was my first clot. Later developed pneumonia within a very short time of the breathing issue, which may be the clot damage to the lung. While sitting at home recouping, my left leg began to swell very badly. And I had a DVT, which is a deep vein thrombosis, a clot that looked on the screen like a grapefruit, right? Was in the hospital, in and out, dealing with a lot of health challenges from age 29 to 30 for about 6 months. So 1 month in, 1 month back to work. Well, 1 month in and off of work, between being in the hospital and home recouping. 1 month back to work to get off again for short-term disability to go have a surgery, because then they also found a mass. So the mass had to come out because I had a 17 centimeter mass. So that had to be taken out. And a 17 centimeter mass plus a hysterectomy all at once, age 29, 30. Then to go back, and they thought, oh, the mass was laying on the major vein, which caused the blood clots, which I told them my father, grumpy side of the family, on his mother's side, they were predisposed for clotting. I just never had an issue with one. Hold on. Hold on, Kathy. I had the hiatal hernia, abdominal removal, March 24th. I see we have similar health issues. Okay, Kathy, I got you. Okay, good to know. I have a double hernia. So my hernia I have, and she didn't know, my doctor who retired, when I went in and I was telling her I was having these issues, and the gastro doctor was a jerk that they sent me to at John C. Lincoln. I won't be going to him. I'm going back to the one in Scottsdale because I did not like the one at John C. Lincoln. John C. Lincoln is closer to me, but the one at Scottsdale was much nicer. This guy was kind of, I don't know, the little assistant, she come and teacup shake my hand like she didn't want to touch me. I'm like, oh, okay, we're good. We're good. I need to not deal with you. Then he didn't follow up with me. I was like, I'm good. This whole thing, we're done. So at that point, I told him, put me back over here. So I'm going back to the Scottsdale one. It was a much better experience. And even though it was a distance, and the only reason I was asking for the other one, because I didn't have really a car, didn't have a good car, and I could get closer to my home. Now that I got little man Hulk, we can get to where we need to go. But lo and behold, I have 2 hernias. So I have a hernia dropping below the belly button, and I have the big one that you can see above the belly button. The little one used to squeak, and she would go ee when they first came into play. And the big one, he would talk. He would growl. Now I do hear him sometimes. I think he's growling or stomach growling. I do hear some noises like he really having they digesting stuff. I know, girl. I would eat, and I would tell the guy at the restaurant, "You might hear my hernias talk." I said the little one, she would tell me eek when it was like we're done, and the big one would go. And the big one you can see, he bulges out, so you can see him. And so when I went to my regular doctor before she retired, she's like, that's a hernia. So she got a scan of my stomach and she says, you have two. You have one dropping down below the belly button and you have the one you can really see up above. So I have two hernias going on. So yes, you could be right that it could be the hernias. But again, as I say, I've been praying and everything happens for a reason. So I believe sometimes you need to be, for me, you gotta kind of push me sometimes in the direction I'm supposed to go. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit there and be comfortable. And I think as we all, and especially as we age, we're like, I'm just here and I'm existing. I'm gonna be the tick on the dog's butt. I'm sorry, I'm existing, I'm chilling, I'm okay, right? And I don't want to have to deal with any drama. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to deal with drama. Well, the push happened. When it came to not being able to mobily walk around this house normally right now, even now, getting around, my back hurts, and the back may be also hurting because of the weight on the belly pulling on the back muscles, right? And my back is just, I think I got some issues. But again, all of this is playing a factor. And then not being able to walk. So I said, okay, you need to deal with the hernias. You got to deal with the knee. And the other thing is at 56 years old, as we all know, if something major happens and you have to end up in one of these homes where folks got to take care of you, and no offense with this new group of humans who are just buttholes and all they want to be on their phone, they're not going to want to turn over the fat woman and clean you up. They're not going to do that. So they're going to let you get bed sores and die a miserable death, right? Because they just special. They're not really going to care about you. They just not. That's facts. So it would be better, even though you still might get mistreated, to be a hell of a lot smaller and hopefully have a chance in heck if you end up in that position. That's my mind thinking worst case scenario. Best case scenario though, if I need some things fixed, I'll be in a better position to have that done. Physically right now, they can't do the hernia repair. Physically right now, if I needed knee surgery, they can't do that. Now, we didn't find anything broken, but I think my next discussion with him is in about 3 more weeks because he's got to check on how the Ozempic is working. But we're also going to talk about, since there's nothing broken in the knee, maybe doing because he said he had to do x-ray first before we do ultrasound of the knee, and maybe doing the ultrasound to see what's going on with the knee. So I got to deal with that. So I got some things going on. I have tremors in my left hand. I got to go see a doctor about that. I've had that since age 40. And they could be what's called benign tremors. We're hoping it's nothing major. Praying it's nothing major. But like I said, I got some stuff I need to check. And so the focus has been, hey, get your crap in order. So I started Ozempic last Sunday. My niece asked me Wednesday, the one who I got on where I'm working now, and she's like, so have you noticed anything? Because she did the weight loss surgery, and she was never, to me, she's never really overly fat. I think she was, man, because me and my buddy Joe, we're like, why is she doing? But I think the newer generation, they're so cognizant of they're so selfie. And so they're very everything's self. So to me, she's always been a very pretty girl. Um, nice physique. She's not, and she was thick, but not really fat to me. You know, a little chunky, but thick, and something probably could have been made, but she went and got the weight loss surgery. Now, she did have some skin, I guess, and she went and got the skin removal, and she's put on a little bit of the weight back. But again, I don't know. Okay, water tracker by water minder. I don't know, Kathy. I think I need to see a visual bottle, but I'm going to put it on my phone and try it. I'm going to try it. I'm just gonna be honest. I probably need to have a physical bottle in front, because this is what I keep my. Now this ain't. I have all sorts of cups. This is one of the cups right now. This is the clean cup. So this is the cup I've been using all week because I took it to work. And y'all don't get all caught up into the Starbucks cup. It was on sale. That's why I bought it. Otherwise, Starbucks is high as hell. I didn't care. I was like, cool cup and it's cheap. And a little worker, he passed away, that worked at the window, who I liked. He was trying, across them. Hey, Shannon, we got some cups we trying to sell. They on clearance. You want one? So I think I bought 2 from him. So, and he's sweet, but then later on I found out he passed away. But anyway, God rest his soul. I took my first shot Sunday of last week. And Vicky, I think she asked me Wednesday. She said, "Are you, have you noticed anything? Are you having any issues?" And so I didn't have, because I heard you can have the cramps. I heard some people get what they call stomach paralysis. I heard a lot of issues. So far, no, nothing, because I was having stomach issues before then. So far, I'm going to say no. I haven't had any issues to that degree. I've still had some of the stomach issues where normally eat, but not as bad, because I'm kind of watching it more and I'm more observant of dairy. Now, I did get something from the food truck near job, and I forgot to tell my niece not to get cheese on it. It had cheese. I was hungry, so I ate it. And I only ate 2. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And they were like the miniature tacos. And it was like wasn't like a Mexican taco. It was like a Greek, and it was actually genius. I'm going to make that because it was so genius. They took like what you would do on a Greek pita, and they put it on a tortilla. Genius. And they did shredded cabbage, parsley. The only thing they should have left off is the cheese and all the regular. Like, I can do feta. Feta doesn't bother me. But they had like shredded, probably cheddar and mozzarella. I think it set me off. My stomach was tore up after I got home, but during because I took in, when I saw the cheese, I keep lactate tablets on me, but even those aren't helping like they did before. So we had gotten 6 tacos, and normally, I'm be honest, y'all, I can knock out 4 little baby tacos in a sitting. I ate 2 of those tacos, and I was stuffed. I'm like, what? Well, not stuffed, but I was full, and I went to try to. I was like, I can't even eat another taco. So she had asked me, and I think that was that was Wednesday. She asked me on a Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. She said, "Have you noticed?" It's like, "Oh, no, I take that back. It was on a Thursday." Wednesday, I stopped and picked up a sandwich from Sprouts. And I don't know if y'all have Sprouts in y'all area. Sprouts has they make excellent sandwiches. Very fresh. Just like a home sandwich you make up in the kitchen. They jam on it, and it's wonderful. Slices of meat, nice pieces of lettuce, fresh sliced tomato. Not so much, just really a nice sandwich. They cut it in half. Well, I took that to work. I haven't eaten breakfast. I'm like, okay, I didn't get a chance. I was rushing because, again, going to work, since you work from home, is kind of a pain because you now got to get up an hour or so, maybe an hour. Actually, I get up almost an hour and a half, 2 hours early. I got to be dressed to get out of here. At least I try to get out of here an hour early. It's pain. Girl, a sandwich is bomb. If you go, I don't know if you have a sandwich bar, but if they have a sandwich bar there, have them do you a sandwich. Their sandwich is bomb. It's very good. I've had their sandwiches, their pre-made salads. I think have I ever done their? I have not done their sushi, because I usually do my sushi from Safeway, but I have not done their sushi. If I do store sushi, I like Safeway store sushi. Do not like Kroger store sushi. It's nasty. But I like Safeway store sushi. I haven't done sushi from Sprouts, but I might. I just haven't done it. But now I think about it, I probably need to try it. Anyway, I got their sandwiches, and their sandwiches are very good. So they cut it in half, and I was like, okay, went to work. And what I did, I was going to eat. Normally, I can eat half a sandwich in the morning for like a breakfast, and I would eat half a sandwich at lunch. I was able to eat half of a half. So you got 1/2, 2/2, right? The second half. So I took this half and I ate this top part of it, right? The half of it. And it left about that much of the half left. I couldn't eat anymore. That was breakfast. When I got to lunch, I was feeling a little bit hungry. I was like, okay, I better eat something else. And I ate the rest of the half, meaning I had a whole half a sandwich. That's not normal. I normally be able to eat half that sandwich in the morning and half that sandwich at lunch. Not normal. And I wasn't, because your mind doesn't think, because you have a pattern of what you do. It just becomes the norm. So when Vicky asked, I was like, oh, no, everything's still the same. I ain't noticed no difference. I ain't had no cramping. That's the main thing. I ain't really noticed no difference. Thursday night, I think it was it Thursday night? Thursday night. I had craving for Ethiopian. I was trying to get out of work early, but I got stuck on a call. So by the time I got out, I was able to stop Ethiopian, but I couldn't eat there because they said we're getting ready to close, but you can order to go. So I did to go Ethiopian. It's in the refrigerator right now. I got home and I was like, oh, I'm so hungry. Yeah, it's definitely working. Yes, I'm getting ready, Kathy. I'm getting ready to get into it because it's really twisted how it works or how it's working because my mind is like. So I got home Thursday night with my Ethiopian. Child, I can put my foot in an Ethiopian platter. And I did the vegetarian platter, which was lentils, salad, um, lentil salad, cabbage, green beans with tomatoes. Oh my God, collards. Okay, so it's a nice little 4 lentils, cabbage, green beans, collards, and then a salad. So you got 5 little sections, and then they got that bread you pick it up with, whatever injar, whatever they call it, bread. So I got here, I'm ready. Y'all, I was so pissed off. See, this the Lord telling you got an eating issue. I did clip, clip, clip. I got a little bit of everything. It took all I had just to finish the salad. And I didn't want the salad, I didn't want to put the salad in the refrigerator because it was going to be wilty. And I was just going to end up tossing it because you can't, if one salad has dressing on it, it's nasty, right? Y'all, I'm sitting up here and that doggone salad, it took all I had to finish it. And I didn't put a dent in all the little veggie things. I was like, so then I'm saying, oh my God, I think this stuff is working. So then we get to Friday. And Vicky sends me the thing that my favorite is not my favorite place. And I'm not a huge fried food person. But we got a wing place over here by us that I was introduced to from my last job. One of the little babies. He said, Miss Shannon, you gotta go. Fluffy Grandma, you gotta go and try the strawberry wings. I love strawberry wings. I've only been a couple places that make them. And I hadn't had them in years. And I was like, okay. So I went there and the strawberry wings are crack. Well, then they also have one called a pineapple hot wing, which is crack. And really, I probably wouldn't even matter for. Actually, I think that sauce would work on fish. It would work on like you took a fish and you grilled it. It would probably work on that because the sauce is just crack. So anyway, I go up in there and I said, okay, I've been getting them like, and I introduced Vicky. She said, girl, they got the catfish. And I tried the catfish. I like a good fried catfish. I ain't gonna lie, I do like a good fried catfish. And the seasoning was something, and I usually like cornmeal catfish. So some people do batters. Miss me on a batter. I want cornmeal on my fish. I want it fried and crunchy. I like cornmeal. Cornmeal, a little bit of flour, right? He does a mixture of the flour and the cornmeal, but the seasoning on his whatever he's doing with his seasoning, bomb. So I had tried his catfish several weeks back, and she said, Shannon, they having a seafood platter, and he got a special. I'm like, cool, I'm going to get it after I get off work. I'm all happy. I get there, and I get to order the catfish, and 6 little wings, and it gave me 2 pieces of catfish, some fries, which I don't care about fries, and the little 6 wings. I literally had 2 wings, and I had 1 slice of the catfish, and was only able to eat half of the 1 slice of catfish. I'm like, what the Hades? I was not happy, y'all. The next day, I ate the other half of the catfish, and I still got a whole fillet in the refrigerator. I hope it's okay. I don't know. So I'm noticing, and I told Vicky, I said, yeah, I think my appetite is changing. So yesterday, I went out with Joe, Linda, and our friend Victoria. I call it the Old People Foodie Crew. And they wanted to get together because we hadn't seen each other anytime last year. The last couple of months, Victoria's parents just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. So she had been busy getting that set up, and we hadn't seen each other. Linda is a big family person, so is Joe. So they were dealing with all the family stuff. So I hadn't seen them for the past, other than independently. The only one I hadn't seen was Victoria, but we kind of chatted a couple times online on the text messaging. But Joe I'd seen like once or twice. And then Linda, she helped me when I was sick, couldn't walk. and was using the basket as like a rollator to get around the house and drag my leg. And she came and did my laundry for me that one time. Because when I say I was in bad shape, y'all, I ain't feel like that. Whew, y'all have no idea. And even now, I have some struggles like that. Last week in the office and the chairs they have in there, my back was MC Hammer. Getting up out of it was like, it was just pain. So that's why I said the ADA. I'm going to be working on it. And it's not that I won't go, and I'm okay because sometimes I like to get out the house, and it's okay to go up there because afterwards, if I want to go somewhere and sit at a restaurant between Tempe and Phoenix, they have some really nice little places I like to go sit and chill. And so if I go that far, I can go do all that. Um, but y'all, baby, I went out with them yesterday, and we were gonna go to one Mexican place, but it wasn't open by the time it was listed on Yelp. So she said I'll be looking like I've been doing flatbed. Flatbed, I'm so done with you right now, dude. Oh my God, flatbed, you killing me right now. You killing me. Um, yeah, I weighed in at 430? I mean the 436 or 430. I can't remember because they just weighed me. I'll let y'all know. I might look from the last time. Where the paper? They had a paper over here? No, that's the medicine. I'll find it. And I'll tell y'all from last time where I am and where I'm at. So I'm up here throwing papers next to me. I'm all throwing papers. I got a stack of papers I gotta go through here. So I'll let y'all know where I'm at. But in this couch, I love the look of the couch, but the support on the bottom sucks. So this couch is probably gonna get sold. I really have always wanted a Restoration Hardware's couch. I've seen them on Marketplace, and there's a couple of them. If they're still there, hopefully in the next couple of months, I'm be able to purchase one, and it'll be sitting in the house. My next thing, though, is to get a day bed for over here because I want my friend to come down, and I've been missing her. I haven't seen her. And one who's a flight attendant, y'all will see her one time. And I want to see her. I haven't seen her in forever, so I definitely want to see her because I think for the next few years, it's going to be very strange for the next 4 years. I'm just going to say, I'll leave that there for a minute because it's already starting, y'all. It's already starting. That baby right there. Anyway, we ain't gonna talk about that right now. So yeah, I think I believe it's happening. I've noticed yeah, I've noticed that my appetite has changed. We went to this Mexican place. We had chips and stuff, and chips are no big deal. I can eat them and still could put a dent in a burrito. So I did that. It was a side of beans about, I ain't got the cup over here. It was about this big, right? Side of beans about that big, cup about that deep, right? And so it's a little side of pinto beans, and it was really good. Well, you can't lift up the cushions. This was who did I get this from? West Hut? No, what's the name of that? It's the online place. Wayfair. And the rating was good. I'm not gonna say it's not a nice couch. It's very nice, but I'm heavy, and what it says it's supposed to hold, I've noticed I sit in this spot all the time. So the cushion has sunk some. It's still giving you the support, but you can feel it's sunk, and that the fluffing is not as fluffy because fluffy has flattened it a little bit. So you're sinking. I actually use a pillow here now. It really needs more stuffing. But the other issue I have is I like a deeper couch. So I would like a couch where you can lay down and lay back. Like if I could turn this way and then lay back this way, that's what I like. It's not comfortable on that level. I mean, it's decent. It's not an uncomfortable, but I like a deeper seat area. I just wish I wouldn't have given up my other couch, but everything happens for a reason. Like I said, everything you just need to change. But I've always wanted a Restoration Hardware sofa, and I have one that I always used to like, which was called the Maxwell. But they have another one I like, which is a what's it called? I like leather. I ain't gonna lie, I love leather. I like that cigar type sofas, the cigar type chairs, like what you would see in a cigar lounge or in a jazz lounge. I like that kind of furniture. Some you would almost see like in a men's club, like in how they would have like men's clubs back in the day, and they would sit there like they got their little cocktail in a nice darker leather or beat up leather. I like that kind of furniture. So I like that. I like rustic. I like this because I like the blue. Like I said, if the seat was deeper, like a longer seat, this would be a winner and more cushion. The look of it is on here. The cloth is on here. It's very let me see. And I like that velour. So the cloth is really nice. Um it's got the little headrest back here, but it's like I said, the seat is not deep enough. So I want to get something different. It's sturdy as far as the wood. It's all wood. Wood, metal, everything was wood, so you could tell it's very well as far as that. Just not a lot of cushion in it. And the sofa was originally like an $800 sofa. I waited till it got down on sale to $500. I think it was, yeah, it was around 800, maybe 1,000, can't remember. And I waited and waited. Because I'd seen it for $5. You just had to catch one of the sales. As soon as I did the sale, I did a afterpay on it and just paid it out over 4 pay periods. Boom. But I want a leather sofa. And like I said, I've seen a couple of the, I think it's called the Chesterfield. It's like several different buttons, and I've seen that out of the restoration that I really like. But I've also seen them have a couple of times have my Maxwell sofa, which I really like. And Restoration Hardware is a good leather, and they usually have a deeper seat. So it's almost like the width of a twin bed. That's the kind of seat that I'm looking for, because I want to be able to stretch out and enjoy. And I also want to get a chair. I've been struggling with the recliner. I don't know if I want the recliner or not. I've been struggling. And the issue I'm struggling is because I have visuals of Grumpy, and all he did was sleep all day in that recliner. He just slept his way to the casket. And that's my only thing. I think it's just like that, kind of like, I used to like recliners, but then it became a turnoff because I'm going, all he does is just lay in that recliner and sleep his way to the casket. And that's pretty much what he did. And I'm like, that's the only thing. So I am all, but then I went to my aunt's house and she had the recliner, my great aunt. And she got rid of her couches, and all she had was a recliner. She had 2 recliners, one to the left, one to the right, and a little table in the middle. I'm like, this is genius. I said, I'm old, and the hell with it. I got recliners. I'm gonna sit back in front of my TV with my feet up. I'm like, that's flipping genius. It just is. So I'm thinking that route. So I might just end up getting, because that was genius. It was genius. And it's usually just me. If I get the day bed and put it over here by the window and do maybe 2 recliners right here. You see those couches that have both the recliner with thing in the middle? I might do that. I don't know. I'm struggling, and this thing is going to get sold. I haven't really decided. We'll see what the Lord does. But that might be my next move. And just sit in and get up. And also, being older, you need something that's not on the ground. It's like when I saw Victoria this weekend, she had sold her car because her mom just turned 80 something, or no, her mom, I can't remember, her dad turned 89 or something like that, and he can't see. I think it's her stepfather. He's 80 something, he can't see. He has macular whatever degeneration, whatever they call it. So he's lost his vision, and then her mom is having some issues. So she got one of the vans, she said, because it's easier to get them in and out of her vehicle. And she also was somebody with weight loss surgery, but she's brought some of that back on. So she also has some mobility issues getting in and out. And she said, and I said, and she's in her 60s. So she's in her 60s. I'm 56. So, and I said, one of the things I love about the Kia, it's easier to get in and out of. You're not on the ground. Even like, Joe got a status car with the whole Land Cruiser, whatever the hell they call it. And you got to climb up in there. And I could see, I'm like, you're old for this. We need to get something where we step in and scooch. Step in and scooch the booty. That's what I do. I put the leg in and say, and pull the other bad leg in. So left leg, right leg is fine. It's the left leg that's hellish. But the left leg has been where all my drama's been. That's where the fractured ankle was. That's been where all my blood clots have been. Everything has been in the left leg. My left leg been through hell. My left leg has been through hell. So yeah. But Kathy, I did not know 140. So are you still on Ozempic, Kathy? If you're still on here, let me know if you're still on it. He said I look like one. I want to catch so and you let me know. Yeah, but I haven't had any side effects. I did my second shot today. Kathy, did you? So this is another question to ask you. Did you do a gym membership? Because that's my next move. I know right now walking the treadmill is not going to be the business. I'm either going to have to do the stationary bike, which is something I did when the fractured ankle happened, and I lost like 20 pounds, 20 some pounds, when I was going through the therapy for coming back from the fractured ankle. And I'm thinking about doing the stationary bike as well, because I know that will work and you're sitting. And then I'm looking at something called Ecos Fitness. If they're 24 hours, I'm looking at them because they have a pool. So I also know you can do pool exercises. And I love to swim. So I know I'm fat, y'all. I learned to swim at the Y when I was a kid, YMCA when I was a kid. I love water. I love to swim. Well, let me rephrase that. I like pools. I ain't out there trying to be up in the ocean and be the biggest, baddest swimmer on the block. Put me in a pool. I can go into the deep end. I can swim back. I can tread water. I can swim. But folks who want to take on the ocean and the sharks and the, what else? What's some things that sting you? Jellyfish, y'all can have that. I like sitting on the beach and looking. I'm not trying to be out there walking around. A vibration plate? What the hell is that? I want to know what the vibration plate is. And where do you go swimming in the summer? Do you have a pool at your house? You said, what the hell is a vibration plate? I need to know. All I'm thinking is sitting on something and vibrating. And that's weird. I'm sorry, Kathy. That's strange to me because it don't sound right. It sound wrong. So help me and God forgive me because my mind just went, that's just sound wrong. The hell is a plate? Are you standing on it? What do you do? I can't. You done messed me up, Kathy. You done messed me up. That's what the vibration plate. The hell is that? Hell, I'm shaky already. I got shakes in the left hand. Dang, you did good. If I can get back to 195. So when I went into trucking, Kathy, I was just around 3 something when I went into trucking. So you did, well, yeah, I was right around 3 when I went into trucking. Okay, because you got me all twisted right now with the vibration plate. What the hell is that? Look, I'm all shaky already. Got tremors. I got tremors. I do. If I do too much, I feel like I had tremors all on my left side. Oh my God, you got me cracking up. So are you still doing the Ozempic, Kathy? And did you change diet or you just went with your natural flow? Because I'm just twisted. Okay, PJ, y'all help me. What the hell is a vibration plate? Y'all jacking with me. PJ got it. I ain't never heard of this. I ain't never heard of this. Y'all messing with me. PJ, what's a vibration? See, I gonna have me, when I get off of here, I'm be on here talking about, what the hell is a vibration plate? I ain't never heard of that. I ain't heard of that. But see, a friend of mine, she made fun of her niece, a former friend, because she went to the niece for some family event. And so she's like, yeah, my niece don't pull out no iron no more because there's so much new technology, right? I'm a fan of something because I iron and I have an ironing board, but I used to iron. And honestly, my mother, like I said, I grew up in a very abusive household. So I basically cleaned, took care of everything for the house, right? Well, I ironed everybody's clothes too. She was special. Girl, so I'm not a fan of ironing. I hate laundry. I hate ironing because I did it for everybody in the kitchen. I hate kitchen washing dishes. I don't mind cooking, but I hate the whole washing dishes. So I wish I had a dishwasher. I don't. So I'm my own dishwasher. I have to do that. But this right here changed the game. Y'all, you just take your shirt, take your pants, put them on, and you got no wrinkles. So she was messed up because her niece, I think, did that. And it just jacked up. Like, it's weird. Well, it ain't weird. That's genius. You said I found I'm allergic to everything. I'm not allergic to everything, but hey, I know that I'm allergic to, well, I like tomatoes, but I think tomatoes make me itch, and that's new. But I love tomatoes. That's we just gonna have to come up with something for that. I love tomatoes. I'm sorry. I love a fresh tomato. If I'm gonna do a sandwich, I love a fresh tomato. If I'm gonna do a salad, I love a fresh tomato. I like to eat tomatoes by themselves with some tahini and some pepper. I like fresh tomatoes. It don't mess with my tomatoes. And I like pasta every blue moon. So I like a good spaghetti and I make a good spaghetti. So don't remember I got some leftover spaghetti. I don't know how I put it in there. I might taste it and see. I can't even remember when I put it in there. Um so yeah. Oh, hold on, y'all. Ah, hold on, sorry about that, y'all. Ah, I can feel my nose. I need to get a new CPAP machine because my humidifier is no longer working, which is causing nasal issues. And so, and I keep hand sanitizer right by the couch. It's causing nasal issues. So my sinuses are draining. I got my little heater down here. She's allergic to everything. Yeah, and you know what, Kathy? Something I have, um, I've been thinking about doing, and it's something I don't know if the Lord is putting on me. I'm noticing. So, like I said, we went out yesterday, and I got a burrito. They call it there, and it was really good too. They had we have a place out here called Taco Gill. We were supposed to go to this other place called Miel, but Miel something de agave or something like that. I can't remember. It's a newer restaurant, but they had on the page for Yelp that they were open at 1 on Friday, Saturday, and I think Sunday. Well, they're not. They didn't open till 3. The recording was all jacked up because it's talking about New Year's. I'm like, ugh, okay, so I don't know what's true, what's false. Well, when they didn't open, we then went to another place. I had a backup, which was Taco Guild, which I had been to, but a long time ago when they very first opened. They've been around for a while, and I believe they're partly owned or affiliated with another company called ZTAOS, which we used to love to go to in my 30s when I was working at Schwab, and they're in Scottsdale. Well, we decided to go to Taco Gill. We had a great time. Oh my God, they had 3 amazing salsas: habanero, jalapeno, and chipotle. All 3 sauces. Great, fresh, hot chips. Hey, PJ. All right, we'll holler at you. Be safe. And thanks for always checking on me. PJ be checking on me in the background. Um, so I had with that, and I had some beans, just a little, and I had only taken a couple of, I think I did 2 bites of the beans because I knew I wanted to get the main entree. So the main entree, he said, was a cherry. Well, the one I was going to choose, you could choose your protein, and I chose a cherry pepper steak. So good. I literally took 2 bites of this burrito and could not finish it. That was a lunch. I took 2 bites. All I had was, and I hadn't eaten any breakfast. I had some of the chips, and Victoria said, "You okay?" And I said, "I think the Ozempic is working." And she had the surgery, the gastric, so she can only eat little things, but she's eating around it. So it's one of those people eating around the weight loss surgery, which that's more of our psychological side of our eating issues, right? And she loves sugar. She's a sugaraholic. And I'm praying for her because I'm pretty positive she has diabetes that's activated, but she's not managing it. And she won't manage it. Right now, she's one of those ones some people get in denial about being a diabetic. And I'm like, they have things you can do to treat it. I've been on metformin for a while, and what I'm understanding is the Ozempic may end up helping to where I can come off metformin. I don't know all the details. Um, I don't know all the details, but we'll see. Um, what I am worried about, y'all see the flab underneath. I don't know how we're gonna handle that. I'm sure it's gonna be some skin removal down the line. Vicky, my play niece, she had skin removal for her back when her weight loss happened. So she has a surgeon that she had researched. So I'll be dealing with that when we come up on those things. But that's another reason I want to get into the gym. Um, because like I said, this is probably the largest I've been, and I know that trucking had a huge thing to play into that. And also just like my friend said, hereditary coming from my mother and a lot of it played in that. Yeah, I've been on metformin. When did they put me on metformin? I think it started sometime in my 40s. If I remember correctly, I started metformin in my 40s. Um, when they diagnosed the borderline diabetes. So he said that I most likely will come off of that due to Ozempic will help come off of metformin. Um, I'm on low. I think I take 100. Hold on. I take right here. Some metformin. I take 500 milligrams 2 times daily. So that, and then I have 2 blood pressure medicines I take. Um, so we gotta, work on it. And then I've been on warfarin since age 29 due to the blood clot disorder. Now, I know my other doctor was trying to switch me to the blood thinner that you don't have to really monitor as much. I'm one of them people. And I know I've heard warfarin, Coumadin is rat poisoning. That's what it's derived from. It's a thinner, right? Here's my philosophy. And I don't know. When I was driving the truck, I used to listen to a lot of the trucking channels. And sometimes we'd have doctors come on and the doctors would discuss different things. And when these first other blood thinner medicines that came out from the drug companies, they would talk about it, and I guess they were mainly out of Europe. They would talk about how if a person had an injury, no, hold on. It might be. Hold on. Give me a minute, Catherine. Losartan. I was doing lisinopril, but lisinopril had me coughing. I can't mess with lisinopril. I was on that for a minute, and I was having hacking fits. I can't jack with lisinopril. Losartan is the other blood pressure medicine, and spironolactone. Yeah, these two. Okay. And spironolactone 100. So spironolactone is a twofold reason I do that. One, it is a hair. I guess it helps with your hair and blood pressure. So when I started losing hair, that's what the hair the dermatologist put me on. And I have brain fog now. The dermatologist put me on, but I also had blood pressure issues. So that and the losartan helped together. Originally, they did start me on lisinopril. I can't do lisinopril. I was coughing up lungs. Okay. Yeah, girl, I was coughing up lung. And then my friend Joe, he was having coughing fits. And I asked him, I said, bro, they got you on lisinopril? He said, yeah. I said, it's the lisinopril. So he had to come off of it. He's Latino. He couldn't do it. It'll have you coughing up your lung. And I don't know what's up with that medicine. It's horrible. It was like it had you coughing up 8 lungs. I'm like, I'm coughing up my lung. Chips. So, trying to think what else I was gonna tell y'all. Yeah, so other than that, everything else, I didn't have any other major issues that I can tell with it so far. So like I said, today is a second shot. I haven't had any major stomach pain other than the pain I was telling y'all about that was happening prior to it. Where I would, like, if I eat or if I really did any, and in dairy, it felt like MC Hammer was up in my stomach. At work the other day, I think even still those tacos but I was only able to eat, like, was able to eat 2 tacos, and I was able to eat a couple more when I got home, and it was done. Normally I could kill 4 tacos, 6 to 6, and they ain't these big tacos. We talking little tacos, not big. I couldn't, yeah. I was a done deal. It was a wrap. It wasn't working. I was like, this is not working. So, but what I am thinking about, which I was saying, is some of me is thinking of going a little more towards a more vegetarian and fish or pescatarian type diet, because I'm noticing that if I eat certain meats, and I like a good steak, but when it hits my stomach, sometimes it feels like it's a brick. And so I'm like, okay, I don't know if the Lord is saying, hey, and that'll help obviously with getting the weight off. That might be part of it too. So we got to do some things. Also thinking about purchasing more of my meats from more natural places. So I might, because what I've also had to weigh in the balance is it's really just me. I was storing and stocking in my house as if Grumpy might have to come stay with me, right? And so I'm still stocked up. I've used canned goods every so often, but I still have a really, I could literally feed two, maybe three people for a year, maybe longer, depending on how we stretch it. Depending on how we stretch it. And now knowing Grumpy's grown and I don't have anybody close to me like that for the most part that would have to come here and stay with me, or to try to help them out, vice versa. I think I'm gonna go a little more towards the organic line and start, or at least trying. That's why I want to start trying to get everything up in the back, start really focusing on my little garden this time, and hopefully maybe there's a garden bed I want to purchase. It's been on Amazon and it's also on Walmart, but it's been sold out, and it comes with a cover. So it's a bed that raises up, but then it has a covering that's taller than me, and you sit it in there, and then you can cover so you can possibly have a little bit more pest control. Cause I got hit with tomato hornworms. I got hit with the lizards, them buttholes. My lizard, I ain't been on the back lately because I sure did not feed them. I'm like, y'all got to find somewhere else. Because they was like on the back door, like, when's she going to grow some more lettuce for us? I mean, little ninjas. I also I'm looking at trying to get the place in order so I can get me a Cocker Spaniel. Oh, so you have gone straight vegetarian then? Because that right there is everything. That's straight vegetarian. That's straight vegetarian almost. Do you think the Ozempic made you maybe those things come out? So I like nuts, but I know that certain nuts make my throat itch a little bit. I can still eat them, but like I can do macadamia nuts fine. I can do almonds okay. Walnuts sometimes make my throat itchy. Walnuts are big. Walnuts are big. So they can sometimes do that. Love a good macadamia nuts. And then I heard there's a nut called the Brazilian nut, which I went and got, and I think you can get them out here at oh, I was mentioning it before and I forgot the name of it. It starts with a W. We have a grocery store out here and it starts with a W. Okay. It starts with a W and I can't remember, and it's employee owned. And I can't remember, somebody put it in the comments of one of the other videos, and I can't remember the name. I could see it where they have a good bulk section, and they do have the Brazilian nuts. And I was watching another girl who lost a lot of weight. Her sister's a doctor, and she has some health issues. She lives in Japan, and she was saying something about her health. Winco, that's them, Kathy. That's them. Y'all got Winco in Texas? Y'all got Winco out there? Let me know if you got Winco out there. I've only been to them a couple times because the one that's here that's closest to me is north of me, so it's a good little 15-20 minute drive. So I haven't really gone to it except for once. They're 24 hours, so I could go in the middle of the night. Okay, yeah, I could go in the middle of the night. I tell you what I like in Texas. I wish they had here. H-E-B. I love H-E-B. I love H-E-B. I like their deli. Well, at least the one down in on the border. They had this ham. It's called Serrano ham. It's just wrong. That ham is so good. You get it really thinly sliced. You just sit it on your tongue and it just dissolves. It is so flipping good. I was just like, yeah. Laredo. That was it. Laredo. I was introduced to Serrano ham by some Spanish guys out there. They were sampling. Get her one too. Get her a slice so she could try it. I'm just standing there minding my own business, waiting for some lunch meat for the truck, because I was bobtail. I'm waiting to get some meat on my truck. Get her one so she can try it. Yeah. And I want a dog, y'all. I want a Cocker Spaniel. I did find a breeder out here for Cocker Spaniels, because one of the breeders here, them ninjas had learned to charge $1,200. I normally have never paid for a dog. And I'm going to say that A lie. I paid $50 for my first Cocker Spaniel. And but other than that, all my dogs have been free. FREE. And I really have a hard time paying for a dog. But my breed that I know, I trust, and I like tends to be Cocker Spaniels. So there's a lady here that posted, I'm on a couple of Cocker Spaniel Facebook pages. And she's here in Arizona. She's in Winslow, Arizona. She said $600. I'm not doing that anytime soon, but yeah. I'm going to go first and check out some of the shelters and see, because sometimes you can find purebreds there. I also am one, I believe that dogs kind of choose you. So all of my dogs, well, rephrase, Kimba chose me. But all of the ones I had like a connection with, I can't explain it to you. Like when I got Hillary, Hillary was so sweet. She's just sweet. Most people, but she was a sweet dog. She instantly needed to be with her human. So she was very sweet, very affectionate. Kimba just chose me. Kimba was Trucker Bill's old dog, ended up with his sister-in-law, Linda. And Linda didn't know how to treat him. She didn't like him. He didn't like her. So he just like, we're talking in her front yard. I opened my door trying to put my bag in. Kimba ran out of her house, across the yard, and jumped from the yard into the front seat of my car and said, like, I'm ready to go with you. 2 paws to the chick over there. He was like, I'm going to give her 2 nails, and we're rolling out. So very shortly thereafter, she did give me Kimba because Kimba did not get along with her or her other dog. And yeah. So love my Kimba. But he was already an old man when I got him. But this lady does have cockers, and I have to see. But she's in Winslow, so I don't know if she's a natural breeder or what. I'll have to see. But she was on my Facebook group, and I guess she has some puppies right now, and they're 10 weeks or something like that. She's trying to get, and she's like, oh, 600 plus something with the food and everything. I'm like, 600? Why am I just a plus? My dude, you just need to come with the 600 and let everything be inclusive of 600 flipping dollars. The heck is wrong with you? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. So I haven't responded yet because I don't have that right now. I got other stuff I need to take care of. But I do want a Cocker Spaniel. Actually, I think I want 2 dogs. I just think, they're good companions for each other. And I just see, like, Vicky has her 2 little puppies. And when her one died, she went and got another one because she could tell that one was lonely. And they do. If they can get along, they're great little companions. I don't know if y'all watch this lady. If y'all haven't, y'all can look her up. And the dogs are called Big Daddy and Them is the name of her little Facebook group. I don't know if she has a YouTube channel, but on Facebook, she's in the South somewhere. And she's a school teacher. And she got them dogs. She be having me weak. Big Daddy and Them. And she just came up in a feed. And I just sit and watch. And sometimes she'll do like, she like has them talk. She does like voiceovers. She got one she made stutter. She got one that was a snitch. Big Daddy, her one who he loaned her money. He be telling her off. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. And you be sitting up just rolling. Cause I'm just like, you be weak. She be it just weak. And be just acting with them dogs. I'm just like, y'all be having me weak. They be coming with some innovative stuff. Then there's another little girl, I think her name is Tori, and they rescued a Roddy. And she called him Blakester the Cakester. And I know. I was like, I'm getting old because I actually enjoy watching these videos with these dogs. And they're humans. And the dog, if she starts singing, he starts singing. I'd be weak. And every time she go to cut his nails, he growl at her, but he's not being mean. That's just that's how he reacts. But that's his reaction. And you would think because he's a, what do you call it? What did I just say he was? A Roddy? That he's being mean, but he's just a big old puppy boy. And he was a rescue. And I was like, wow, it's just really sweet. And so that's it. I'm just, right now, getting used to the Ozempic stuff. Really kind of gauging it. So this is week 2. So y'all will see the journey. Okay, you do what? Some of them is funny, Kathy. Some of the dogs are hilarious, and I don't know, and they add the little human. And you know the sad part is, because I thought about it, we treat our dogs like, now there's one chick, although I like watching her, but I be sitting up there laughing at her, even though I could tell she really loved her dogs. She got a dog, and they got their own room, they got their own twin bed. She got the beds made up for them. Um, she girl, she cook for them, make steaks. Other my plain niece Vicky, she like that, right? Vicky, she sent me, so she said, "Oh, it's Christmas and Thanksgiving, whatever. I gotta make the dogs Thanksgiving and Christmas meals." Now I say every so often I would throw something in my dog's stuff. But Vicky not only cooking for her dogs, there's two neighborhood dogs that start showing up to her house. So she would give them food, and she said, "Mama, I think I want to take them." Said, "Hell, we got two dogs. We ain't taking four. We ain't having four dogs in this house." So she cooking for the two dogs that's hers, and the two dogs that ain't hers, that's the neighborhood dogs. Yeah, okay, we talking about the ones where she puts she rubs them down in the coconut oil. You talking about that one, right? The sister? And she goes shopping with the little pop-up. I mean, just when I first saw it, I said, I gotta see this. This cannot be real. I'm like, cause remember black folks, your dog couldn't lick you on the cheek. You're like, yeah, that's something we don't do. Now they kiss us, you like, you don't care. Yes. Yes, girl. She got the little foot scrubbers, and she rubbed they feet down and shea butter. But her, what I am impressed with her, because she's giving you some keys to the kingdom. So dogs can have allergies, and they use all them chemicals and stuff that these vets tell you to use, and sometimes it don't solve the problem, which is what she said. That's how she came up with the solution of the coconut oil, which coconut oil I know is good for us. I didn't know it was good for dogs, but her dog's coat looks so good. And Hillary had allergies. So if you have a dog who has allergies, I was like, this is genius. They'll get those hot spots. And if this is a natural solution, coconut oil is very. I got a vat of coconut oil I got over here that I keep in the kitchen, but you can use coconut oil for your hair, for your skin, for cooking. Coconut oil is wonderful. So if it also works with dogs, amen. I was like, genius. Because it ain't expensive. But yeah, she did this when she cooking for him, and she made the little. She did like some pancakes, some I think she pancakes. She put some whipped cream, bananas on there. She made some steak over they kibble. Like y'all doing good. Y'all doing good. But yeah, and then my other one, if you haven't watched that sister, um, Big Daddy and them, because I saw her like a long time ago, and then I didn't watch anything, and then she showed up in my feed again, and then she got in a little what's that little Frenchie? The Frenchie bad as hell, a little Frenchie, and she got a little fat too. Little Frenchie she got is chunky. Karma, I think her name is Karma. Karma bad as hell, but Karma funny, and she want to stutter. Karma had me weak. Karma, little troublemaker. I like Karma, little she got issues. Karma something else. And some people, it's funny because I'm hearing a lot of folks saying that the because a lot of people like the Frenchies, the look of them, but I'm hearing they got a unique personality. They're gonna be one of them. One guy said they crazy. He said if they got owners, the owner's crazy too. So if you got an owner who got Frenchie as a support dog, just gonna let them go and do their thing. Cause I mean they crazy. I was like, wow, yeah. Cause the Frenchies I've heard can be a handful, and then they ugly cute. To me, they like a pug. They ugly cute. Like a pug is an ugly dog, but it's an ugly cute dog, and a Frenchie is an ugly cute dog. But yeah, other than that, that's it. But no, I'm gonna right now just kind of riding things out. I know y'all probably watching what's going on. I'm really wondering what's this year and next year gonna bring with our leadership stuff going on, the new non-DEI. I had a friend who's worked for the federal government. I'm like, when I thought about it and I heard that he let all them folks go. Yeah, I know in hell I'm paying a 14 for the. I ain't look. I'm struggling with thinking about a $600 bill for a dog, let alone folk that like this one lady. She said here in Arizona who does Cocker Spaniel said 1,200. I was like, yeah, we never talked again. That's crazy as hell. Why? The prisoners are training dogs up. There's other dogs who needs homes. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. Child, we got a picture of a dog. Talk to it. I gotta feed it and pay $600 for it. I gotta feed it and pay 4,000. 4,000 is a decent used car. 4,000. I could furnish the whole house for 4,000 and have some left over. Stop it. I got stuff I got to do. That's bills. For a minute. I cannot. I cannot. 4,000 for a dog. I cannot. I cannot. Well, I will not. That's crazy as hell to me. I'd have to have some really good money for that. I'd have to be in the millions probably. I'd have to be making like I'm gonna rephrase. I'd probably have to be making a good 6-figure salary for that. A good 6-figure salary. What's I gonna tell y'all about? But so the DEI thing. I had a friend who was working for the federal government. I'm happy she got out. Cause I listened. I'm like, ooh. But America showed us who they are. My best friend, she hot. Girl, I don't understand. What? I had a question for y'all. Cause it's killed me. I don't understand. They saw and he's been this, that. They don't care. Sweetheart, what country are you in? I'm sorry, y'all. I have to laugh because when I see crazy and I know it's crazy, I just got to raise my hand. And what gets me is the behavior and that certain people are shocked. What country you been in? What country you been in? The fact that we had laws in a country to hire a minority, to give them a chance, should tell you everything you need to know about the mentality, the thought process, and the behavior of the country. The fact of what we saw when everything was supposed to transition for the prior situation, and the behaviors we saw, why are you shocked? Like I said, he did us forever. He just pulled back the rug and showed us the truth. I just think people like to live in lies and delusion. I see it in families. There's plenty. It's amazing to me the number of people who want to sit and live in lies and delusion. Girl, let me be careful how I say this. So I am Christian, and I do believe that he is supposed to be there. I'm gonna say that because I believe that things happen the way they happen for a reason. God either commands or he allows. Whatever takes place, though, he is very aware and he's maneuvering between how that works. So I'm going to say that first. However, when these things are allowed, there are lessons in all of it. Okay, there's lessons, and there could be a lesson or multiple lessons. There's lessons, in my humble opinion, in all of this, in why that individual's back there, in the things that are happening. And I also think that while he's there, it's ushering us to an expected end. But I also believe that all the other ones did that as well. All the other people who sat in that position. However, I believe that while there are people who profess to be Christians that have gotten behind this individual and almost making him seem like he's their Messiah, issues, I believe that in and of itself is another section of learning in the Christian arena of folks. I'm going to leave that there, okay? Because there's a lot of people who are legalistic, who aren't reading a Bible, and who have absolutely no idea why they're supporting that. They're doing it, and it's not for the reasons they think, okay? That's just my humble opinion. But then you have people within cultures, and they may think, and I'm not just doing this to Latinos because there were Black folks who supported this. They may think that, and I'm not talking about the Black folks, although there might be some that think they're white. There are folks of a Latino, which I mean of a Spanish heritage. They may not be Mexican. They could be Cuban. They could be Puerto Rican, which I consider Puerto Rican like Black and Mexican mix, right? A Black and Spanish mix. There could be multiple, various different people of the Latino culture, and some of them do not see themselves as minorities, because that goes back to that numbers thing that I was taught about years ago when I took a Black History course. In order for a group of people to have the number, maybe say the word white, which I always hate that, and to have a certain number in their quote unquote category, then you may allow certain people to believe or check a box to say they're white. And because in the world, in America, facts, Kathy, facts, you want to think that because you can check the box and say you quote unquote white when you are a minority, when you want to check a box to say you white when you're a minority, I don't know, that New York rally said it all to me when they talked about you like a dog. But hey, and you want to check a box to say you white when you're a minority. I'm just saying. And then all of a sudden, folks of your group are impacted because you thinking, oh, he just talking. I don't really believe he gonna do that. I heard that dog whistle at that rally for y'all. You wasn't listening. And now, y'all didn't think old boy was gonna do what he said. Dog whistle come for everybody. If you think you one thing and you another. And my heart goes out. But like I said, there's a lot of lessons, and the Bible says nothing new under the sun, and everything happens for a reason. Like I had a friend this weekend, and she said, because we're kind of talking about this, and she said, because she's considered white, and she's totally anti him, right? And she's like, and I was saying, God allows. Well, God did. What did she say? God. God did. What did she say? Well, God allowed Nazi Germany. He did. He absolutely did. And in your Old Testament, he allowed and even commanded sometimes captivity of, unfortunately, the Jewish folks, because they were being belligerent or worshiping other gods, and he was trying to get their attention. He either allows or commands. But again, if you don't understand biblical things were allowed because our foreparents made choices. And there were things that were allowed spiritually into a world that wasn't supposed to be like this. So, unfortunately, we're suffering the lessons in order to learn the hard way. We really are. And until some things transition to finalize things, and hopefully we either get it or we get it, it is what it TI is. That's why folks is all emotional and upset. And I'm like, why are you shocked? Is there anything new about this country? We have an underbelly of, first of all, racism, because we still look at races, which is ignorant. We don't look at ethnicities, but even then we would try to say one ethnic group is better than another because it's ignorant, because the goal is, again, self-centered. I want to feel better than you. And that's a satanic thing, because that's what the devil did. He wanted to be more than God, and it infiltrated us when Adam and Eve fell at his deception and I'm gonna say ate the poison pill. They did what he said do. Oh no, surely, blah blah blah. And you let enter in the madness of him into your world that would not have been that world. You chose to let it in. And unfortunately, there's lessons in all of this. And it's a hard pill to swallow, because, again, the other problem is we want to rationalize and put God on our level. And we want him to act the way we think he should act. Wrong. Wrong thought process. Get on the page and figure it out. That's what you need to do. I need to get on the page and figure out what's going on. Most people don't know how to do that. So instead, most of us are living in madness. And you don't realize you're in madness. You're just living in it and have no idea why. Yeah. So that's everybody's upset about it. And I guess the DI thing, and I think I heard Tabitha Brown was talking about it. I guess Target has backed out of some stuff. I don't know all the details because I haven't read it on Target. But that's the thing, is that people, what I do like is that you're seeing the true nature of corporations and people. So now you're not deceived. See, Target was that company that was what y'all thought was really liberal, huh? Hey, rainbow flags and letting the black people in. And now you finding out the truth of who the hell they are. Facts. And that's, to me, that's another thing. You find out the truth. Because a lot of people like to live in deception. A lot of people. I see, and what I see it in more is families. I'm serious. In families, I be like, is there something in this drink? Because I be listening to people and be total, they be total delusional. You said stop. Kathy, facts. You be sitting up there and I be having conversations with people. And this be me. I had a conversation with a friend of mine. His brother passed away, right? This same brother called him a-holes, all sorts of things, treat him like crap. He's sitting there and I'm not trying to say you're not supposed to be mournful for those who pass on. But it's like something twists and the person becomes this wonderful saint. When? When Grumpy died, here's what I said. I hope he got it right. The dude had dick personality. I hope he got it right, because I also later found out the generational curses he came from. And then I understood. I had a little more sympathy on that level. But my buddy, his mom was a saint. Well, mom wasn't like that. Your mom was a massive control freak, bruh. His mom manipulated. It was like this. It's like a puppeteer and her children. She sat back in a recliner in that house, and I watched. I was like, my God, this woman is like the grand poobah of her kids. And she's not the only mother I know who like that, because that is a thing that I've seen in mothers, certain mothers who are highly manipulative of their children. Highly manipulative of their children. And I'd be like, And I, it's not, so I, highly manipulative. And the Bible calls, when you are manipulative, controlling people like that, call it witchcraft. That's what the Bible calls it. It is witchcraft. But and it's not a new thing. This happened. It happened when Jacob stole the birthright from Esau, I believe it is, in the Bible. Mama manipulated the whole thing. This is what you do. You're going to put that fur on there. You're going to go in there, your daddy. You're going to do this and the other thing. Then you ask your brother to give you this birthright and feed him some food. So, yeah, she helped set that whole thing up. Point blank, period. He went right along with her because he was a trickster himself. And you want to tell me, oh, my mom is perfect. She's great. She's wonderful. And multiple people, they tell me how wonderful. And maybe I'm a little more cynical. It is witchcraft, yeah. Maybe I'm a more cynical because what I come from, and I'm just got out in time to be able to see it, peel the layers back off my eyes. And I'm not trying to tell people to hate their mothers. I got a brother on here. He's made my mother like this. She was raising 2 young black males. Oh, okay. After your sister potty trained y'all, taught y'all to walk, was there carrying you around to get back and forth to the bathroom, cleaning up, doing your umbilical cord, circumcision. I did that part. That's what she should have done. I did all that. Wash, clean the house, and try to keep your pervy stepfather from screwing me. I did all that. But this woman is Jesus. And I'm not trying to tell him to hate her. I just want you to come into the reality of the realness that this chick was jacked up. Not to hate her. I don't hate her anymore. I do feel sorry for her, but let's be real. But there's people that make their mother seem like they're walking on water, and that is not the case. We're all fallible, but there's some that are really foul. And for a good portion of Mama, I don't know if she's even better, but for a good portion, she was a jerk, just like Grumpy. I was just around her more to see it and experience the viciousness of it. But I'm just like, okay, okay. And I just sit back because it's easy to come along and to raise a child after the real rearing has been done. Yeah, I was there for the measles, chicken pox, all that. I was there for that. Not her. No, man. No, no, sir. No. No. That's not what I was there for. That I was the slave, the indentured servant. I was there, and I was for the early part. I was that to you, which she should have been. But you don't. And so my buddy Joe, I see that with him. I saw with a friend of mine named Anthony, him, because I remember he said, "Oh, my mom will never go into a nursing home." I'm like, "Oh, okay, oh, okay." And I'd never been because he had alcohol issue, and this was in our young days, in my 20s, back when I was all in the gay stuff. And he was a gay guy, and he's like, "No, my mom never." And there were always issues. He'd come stay with me for about 30 days, family issues, and then he'd go back home, but it was always issues. And it wasn't until one time I went to help him with something at his mom's house. He had to drive him over there because he had a car. And while I was there, I saw the interaction. And it taught me volumes of lessons because he worshiped her. I'll take care of my mom. I'll do this. And I watched as this woman did some of the most foul, manipulative behavior I had ever seen. And I was like, oh my God, all this time I thought this issue was you until I saw him and her together and how she did it. So my friend was an alcoholic, and she would get him in the house, and what she was doing was pitting him against his brother. She liked drama. His mom was crazy. She pouring drinks. Oh, son, I got a beer, and they can have a beer. And so she knew after a couple of beers, he starts getting a little bit tipsy. So then she would say stuff under her breath to get him riled up. And then he would say something back to her. Then she go, oh, your brother needs help with something outside, because now you've got him angry. And now he's going to go out there, and if the brother says the wrong thing, the anger, I was like, and I'd never seen that type of warped, twisted manipulation before. And I said, hey, Anthony, I said, bro, I said, I said, I got something I need you to help me with at my house. I said, Miss Miller, her name was Miller. I said, Miss Miller, me and Anthony getting ready to go. He's gonna help me at my house. He's like, okay. I said, let's go. We need to go because I got to do this within a limited time. Because I wanted to get out there because this was about to ramp up. And normally what would happen when I had not been in the environment, there would be some sort of situation with him and his brother. He actually tried to shoot his brother. She got him so riled up in one situation. He tried to shoot his brother, went to jail, and ended up staying with me for almost a month again. Got out of jail, and the police spoke on his behalf because they had identified the domestic drama that he didn't know he was in because he'd be drinking. So I said, got to my house, girl, what you need me to help you with? And he drunk as a skunk. I said, I want you to help me with some coffee. I want you to go take a nap. And when you wake up, me and you going to talk. I'll tell y'all this quick story. So I remember, and this was in my probably late 20s. And some things were changing for me too. I was kind of in that flux of coming back to the Lord at the same time. So I sat down. I sat down, and he woke up, and he's like, yeah, what you want me to help you with? I said, Anthony, am I your friend? He said, yeah, you're my friend. I said, I'm gonna ask you this again. Am I your friend? Yeah, girl, you my homegirl. You like my sister. I was like, okay. I said, I'm gonna say some things, and you may never ever speak to me again. And that's okay. Because if I don't say anything, and you go down the path I think you're going to go down, it's going to be worse. I said, I'm going to explain something to you. You will never be your brother. And you could tell she's pitting this son against the other son. Who's her favorite child? The other son, right? I said, you're not going to be your brother. You could be the president of the United States. Your brother Oscar could be a garbage man, and your mother is still going to make him be better than you for whatever her weird mental reason is. There is something sick and twisted in an individual who pits son against son. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to get involved in that. You're my friend. You have a drinking problem. I am not a psychologist. I'm not an alcoholic counselor, but I do know you have a drinking problem. You know you have a drinking problem. And if I know that and you ain't come out of my stuff, then that woman that had you knows you have a drinking problem. And it says something to me when I go into a home and I see your mama pouring liquor and then start saying things under her breath to get you riled up. You make some comments back and then she sends you outside to go deal with the brother that you call me every time and in some kind of domestic situation. And it's always a domestic situation with your brother. Now, I wasn't there, but you're going to have to play back in your mind the pattern. But I can tell you from what I saw tonight, I can guarantee you're going to tell me there's a pattern. This is what he did to me. His eyes filled with water. He said, Shannon, I need you to stop talking. I need you to stop talking. And he was a smoker. And he went outside. I think he smoked a cigarette. He came in. He wrapped his arms around me. He said, I love you, Shannon Lewis. And he was tears. He said, I need you to take me home. And he was living in an apartment by himself. He obtained his associate's degree. He asked me to stay, I think, a month or two before he left because he needed to be rent-free. And he removed himself from Phoenix, Arizona, and got as far the hell away from his mom as he could. When he came back to Arizona, he was working in a management role as, I think, for some kind of warranty extension company in D.C. He put some money in my hand. He gave me a hug, and he sat down and had a come to Jesus with me, and he said, thank you for everything you said. I never said it. He says, but I think you knew. I needed to hear what you said, and I had always looked at my mom in this vein. I didn't know. There is this thing that people live in this strange delusion. And unfortunately, I had seen Anthony, I don't know if he's still alive. Afterwards, his alcoholism was even worse. And the alcoholism is generational curse. His mother was a gambaholic. He has an addiction. So anytime you have any kind of aholic or you're addicted to something, it can twist within generational lines. It could be gambling, it could be food, it could be alcohol, it could be drugs. So his was twisted into the arena of alcohol. His mother was a gambaholic. And it was bad. And when I saw him last, his alcoholism was severe. And he knew he was an alcoholic. He says, I'm a functional alcoholic, but I don't even know if it was that. It was bad. It was bad. Because even his thought process was a little different. Because he came back for a brief minute. I don't know. It's been a while. Probably in my early 40s. He came back for a brief minute. I don't know if he's still here because we lost context. And again, his behavior was so weird. But he understood. And it's something that I find that happens to people. And they end up in this thing of making parents. Yeah, it can. Well, both I think are just bad. I don't know if I even want to weigh them out. They're both bad. I've got somebody I know, even though it's marijuana, and I know people try to make marijuana a good drug, it's still a drug to me. And I know that they're self-medicating because usually you're self-medicating with marijuana. For people, you're self-medicating to want to be high all the time. You're self-medicating. You might be functional, but you're self-medicating. And yeah, we try to make it a nice drug. No, yourself. If it has where it affects your thought process, your behaviors, yeah. Okay, it's harder. Okay, I don't know either one. I just think both bad, but okay, I don't know about getting off either, but yeah, it's bad. It was bad. Um, and again, we've legalized it, so that would make sense too. I mean, it's it was his way, I think, of as I say, self-medicating and the addiction and the generational curse. And I got someone now, I love him dearly as a person, sweetheart. And I know that he's self-medicating with marijuana. I also know it's a generational curse in his family. He had a family member that was a wino type alcoholic. I don't know. I get that. I think other people in the family are marijuana users as well. But I find that a lot of that is generational curse based. Um, God bless him. That's all. All I can say is God bless him. Um, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened to my buddy Anthony. We lost contact. His behavior was so bizarre. His alcohol addiction was so bad. I already knew that the last time I saw him, I had at the time, I had minor alcohol stuff. I had wine, which I have wine now. I had some Bailey's Irish cream. Oh, you're a retired RN. Oh, you've seen it. Okay. Okay, Kathy. All right. I had an aunt who was an RN. And her son had drug issues too. Her son was an attorney for the federal government, worked in DC. And he had some drug issues. I'm just going to say that. I knew he was a smoker, but I also think he ended up snorting too. Black family. And she had been an RN. She smoked cigarettes all the time, but there were some issues. But I know that when he came down, my buddy Anthony was here the last time I saw him. I had in the house, I had like, and for me, if it's a liqueur, it could last in my house forever. Like I used to like occasionally Bailey's Irish cream with coffee. Or there's an orange liqueur. I can't remember the name of it. And you could put that in coffee too, as well. I had that, and then I had wine. In like, I don't even know if it was like an hour. He cleaned out 3 or 4 bottles of stuff I had for years, because I could have stuff for years. I was like, you need to stop, and you're gonna have to go pay for it. I never seen nothing like it. His alcohol, it was severe from what I knew. It was that severe. And I knew while he was here, he said he started pissing blood. And he had his mind, the thought process had changed. Like, I won't take nothing but, oh, what's it called? You know, where men can get, what's it called? If they're unable to have erections, to take that medicine. I'll take that, but I ain't gonna take no blood pressure. That's all poison. Thought process was loopy. Had thought about living on the beach in a tent. I'm like, what in the world? But the one thing he's gonna have is his cigarettes and some alcohol. Those were required. I'm like, what is going on? So we actually ended up, he had gone so far off the Richter scale that we ended up, our friendship just, it was too far gone. And it's, it's tough love. Either you get it straight or you don't. And like I said, the last time he was pissing blood and wasn't really handling it, and I kind of had a feeling he was also doing some other very sketchy things on the gay side. We wouldn't go into there because he was doing a whole bunch of very promiscuous stuff that was scary. And I was like, bruh, what are you doing? And at that point, I knew we had gone 2 different directions, and all I could do was pray for him. And there comes those points, but again, and I get you may love family. Yeah, well, he said if that happened, that was the only drug he would ever take. If he couldn't have, I was like, yeah, if he ever had that, that's the only drug he would take, was to take medicine for that. And I forgot what they called it. It came out a long time ago. And that's the only medicine he would take, is in order to fix that issue. If that ever was an issue, he would never take blood pressure, because he felt that all prescriptions were poison. You're an alcoholic, bruh, and you're drinking liquor like water. It was very strange. Very, very strange. And, Mama jacked him up. His mom was weird. He was Italian and black. Very good looking guy. If you would have seen him, he looked like a prince. He looked like a tall prince. His looked like people. But it's funny because he said, because I used to tell him that, like, bro, you look like Prince's twin, just tall. And he said when he was in DC, he had went out somewhere and these girls kept saying, I think that's him. And they thought he was Prince, but he was so tall. And I said, yeah, because he was easily 6 foot something. And good looking brother. Green, I don't know if Prince's eyes were green, but Anthony had like hazel green eyes, excuse me, y'all. Hazel green eyes. He's a good looking dude. Brother was good. I got a picture of him. I'll see if I can post it. But yeah. And I'll post it in my community page. It might not be where you could see him. his eyes, because I think he was sitting on the balcony holding my Cocker Spaniel, my first Cocker Spaniel, which was a black Cocker Spaniel. And he was sitting on the balcony smoking a cigarette holding my dog. And that was in our 20s. So, yeah, I lost contact. But when I say about family, some people think it's just from my issues. It's even from those that I've seen around me. And I could tell countless stories. That's why I think I should be graduating with the bachelor's sometime in, I think it's July, August of this year. Well, I'll complete the class July, August of this year. I don't know when the whole graduation part takes place. And then I'm going to master's. And I think I'm going to pray on it. I think I'm going to obtain the master's in Christian counseling. I just, if the Lord is willing, if that's where he's directing, I just see a big need. And I'm that hard medicine. It's like me and a buddy of mine had to have a talk because he's aging. And he said, hey, I'm doing some things that aren't making sense. And he says, I almost feel like I'm doing it to be belligerent. Yes, that's what you're doing it for. You're doing it because you're older and you're having an issue with becoming. Say, I don't have an issue with getting older. That's why I can have a come to Jesus meet with myself and say, okay, Shannon, if you end up in the situation where you have to get into a home, they going to have to deal with your fat behind. So you need to get this weight off now, if you can, before you end up in that situation. And if you I can have those come to Jesus meetings and be real, real. And I'm okay with it. Like, I'll be at work and they were like, because they gave me a lot of compliments in office. When I was in office this past week, I was around some TMs that were TMs I didn't know because I'm new to this department. And they were very kind, and they heard how I ended up and how I interact with people. And I told the woman, I said, I've been in this game a long time. I'm old. And said, oh, you're not old. No, I'm old. And then I told her, well, that's not old. And I loved her haircut. There was a chick there. I love this white lady, but she had a cool, like the white, her hair was that silver white, and her haircut was on head. She had like a bob in the back with little angle over here. I was like, okay, sister, you pimping on the haircut. Then I had another one. She was from Tennessee. I really enjoyed her because I enjoyed her accent. Plus, Tennessee is just gorgeous, and she was really, really sweet. She's the first one who interacted with me. And when I said it was old, a lot of people have problems with that word old. I don't. To me, old means wisdom. We look at the Bible. He says, the Ancient of Days. Wisdom. I need wisdom. Y'all need wisdom? I need wisdom. Wisdom is a good thing. And so I see age as wisdom. I see old as wisdom. I see old like a wine. It's like a good wine. They talk about an old wine, a fine wine, a wine who is aged. It has a certain flavor, a certain body. It has come into itself, so to speak. That is old to me. Some people see old as not being able to do the young thing. Well, you can look outside your door right now and deal with the young things, and they stupid. And all the stupid stuff you might have done in your youth. Now, I wasn't majorly crazy, but there's some stuff I was like, that wasn't wise. Now, child wisdom. And see stuff a mile off that the kids don't see. Like, I'll be schooling my niece on stuff who's at my company. I'm like, these are the following things that are going to happen. And like I told her, they were getting ready to start requiring people to be in office more. Exactly what they're doing. At least the new hires. And I believe some of the old hires eventually. You just watch it. That's why right now I'm realizing, okay, I got some physical issues. I got to make sure that this is in play in case they do this so that I don't have any issues. Because when I have, and I'm going to call them like flares, I don't want a whole bunch of drama. Kathy, we got to work on it. And, I was thinking about you and my, what did I make that time with the liquor? The vanilla. The vanilla. One of the bottles broke. I was so depressed, but I had one of the bottles. It's on here. So I haven't made any banana bread, but I use it for my banana bread. I want to try to make it with fire. It's a cinnamon liquor. I want to make it with the cinnamon liquor. I forgot the name. It starts with an F. I made a cake with it one time. Very good. Fire. Starts with an F. I have brain fog now. Kathy, you look good in your picture if you're older than me. I like your little picture. I can tell. I was like, Kathy look good in a little picture. But what's it? It's a liquor. It's a liquor. It's not liquor. It's a liquor. And I'm going to buy some of it, and I'm going to make some more cinnamon. But I got to find a place I can get cinnamon in bulk because cinnamon has gotten expensive. And I can't remember did I buy it from Amazon? I might have bought that packet from Amazon, but I need to find a place I can buy it in bulk and make my own cinnamon because cinnamon is expensive as hell. It is. It is. But barbecue sauce we need to make, because I wanted to go. I've been wanting to barbecue in office, but like I said, I haven't taken any of my food in, because a couple of them have talked about food and like, are you gonna bring something in? I need to do that one time. I need to take some barbecue or something into them, and I want to take my sauce in, because I do need to market my sauce. That's something I need, a side hustle, and I realize that because I need a retirement, and so we need a little side hustle. I need to do some Tabitha Brown kind of stuff. You will not need my barbecue sauce. Good. And since you can't eat a whole bunch of stuff, we need to do is some cooking. And was it Mad 14K? She's on my Facebook, but she had asked me to start doing cook. She said, you need to do some cooking videos. And I haven't really done it because I haven't been as mobile as I need to be. But I've been craving brisket, but we also need to do, I do a vegetarian side of it. And I love a good portobello mushroom sandwich, if you don't know. So my fat butt I can do vegan. That's a Vicky. She knew that if I come to her house when she was doing the vegan thing, she knew I could handle everybody's diet in the house. I can cook her mama like this. Her mama a black eater. Josh, I knew he was beef, but by the time it's over with, I cook anything in the house. So I was able to cook her something that was vegetarian. And I'll eat I taught her some vegetarian dishes, stuff that she could do, and she like, yeah, Mama tried to make it, she can't make it. She said she added extra. I said, it's a very simple. Like I taught them how to just take fresh vegetables and really saute them from anything from your Brussels sprouts with balsamic vinegar, to one of my favorites too is asparagus sauteed with lemon. And then if you take the portobello mushrooms, you can either do them in a skillet or you can take them on your grill. If you take them on the grill, that's bomb because you get a little wood flavor to it and make it just like a burger. It's on and popping. All of that. We can do all of that. Now, I did go get this because I need to start cooking for myself. My best friend's fussing at me. We have a sausage place here called Shriner Sausage, and they make all their fresh sausage. And there was a place I went to over near the medical center I went to that I was supposed to go to the colonoscopy doctor when I had to wait for Lyft and I had to walk across the street back when I was walking better before COVID. And they had the Shriner sausages. So I'd never stopped in there. They've been here for years. I went there this Saturday and picked up some more. Yes, I've used the lion's mane. You can actually, hold on, is that the one hold on, what's the one that looks like no, lion's mane is the one that's kind of hairy, right? Is that the one that's hairy? And then you have the one that's like a trunk. It's like a really big trunk. And you can actually shred that and make it almost like a pulled pork sandwich or a barbecue pork sandwich. That's another one. You could actually even use that in a taco. So and a lot of times you can go to the international markets and get those relatively cheap. So like here in Arizona, I found like I haven't been able to find a Jewish one. I'm sure there's a Jewish grocery store out here. I just haven't been to one. So I go to the Muslim store, the Middle Eastern store, which is mainly Muslim run, and they have the halal meat. So they have like the lamb. They have all that, and they also have a sandwich meat that I had never had in my life, and it has pistachios in it. It's like their version of bologna, and I am not a bologna person. Bomb. It has pistachios in it. Matter of fact, made me think of it. I'm gonna have to stop in there and go get some. That is some bomb meat for lunch meat. Slices, when they slice it, it has pieces of pistachio. All bomb. And then they get the fresh lamb, goat meat, chicken, beef. They don't carry pork, obviously, because they don't eat that. And then their vegetable section is excellent. You're obviously going to have the parsley, all of that fresh veggies, and cheap. I mean cheap. Dates, oh man, figs. So I haven't been up in there in a while. I need to go. And I got the seasoning. I thought I had one of the seasonings over here. Didn't I bring one of the seasonings? I was looking at the bottle the other day. Maybe not. Maybe not. I might be missing it. I'm going to tell y'all what is good, though. And then I'm getting ready to get off of here. You said, now I'm trying to kill you with the pistachio. It is good. I love pistachios in general. But it's in the meat. And I said, oh, and I was like, what is that? And she's like, oh, and I was like, It's like, okay, go ahead. I told her, I think I told her a quarter pound. She said, no, you can either buy, I think it was a half a pound or a pound. They wouldn't do it in quarter pounds. So I went ahead and girl, well, I've been back and got that meat. I haven't been back in there. They do your fresh bread. You can get the girl. That place is on it. Anyway, I happen to be, and I like crunch, like the crunch when you do like a stir fry or whatever. And I happen to be in Sam's Club. And I like Kinder seasoning. Some of it's too salty, but for the most part, I do like a lot of their seasonings. And I bought a seasoning. I'm going to order another one too, just I have it in the supply. This right here is bomb. If y'all haven't had that, it's actually, and it's not liquid, it's actually a shake. So they do have their liquid version. It tasted fishy to me, so I'll probably use it in Asian dishes. I don't know what that was, but it had a fishy flavor to it, like the oil, like they use a fish oil. So I'll probably use it in an Asian dish, which I think it would be good in an Asian dish, but it wasn't. I put it on something else. And I do like chili crunch, but I didn't like their flavors. The oil tastes like a fish oil. But this right here is bomb. And you can put this on a lot of different stuff. This right here is bomb. Oh, you was right. You're allergic to all the nuts. That's right. You was allergic to all the nuts. Yeah, and that's right. I got to remember when I do a barbecue sauce, I got to do one without, because there is to give it the Southwestern flair, I use a base that has, I think it has sesame seeds. I got to look. Or it has sesame seeds, or it has a nut base. I'll have to look. But I'm going to have to do one for people who have a nut allergy. And my sauce is actually a Texas-based sauce. I just do things with it that change it to give it a Southwestern flair. So there's an underbelly of a Southwestern flavor. I may be able to do that without that particular sauce. I got to look at all the seasonings that is in it, because I actually buy the base and then I do things with it. So I add beer, a Mexican beer to it. I kind of mix the Mexican beer with that base, and then I add scoops of it into my Texas-based barbecue. And that's what makes my barbecue sauce a spin. Then I have other sauces. So that's not my only sauce that I use. I have other sauces, but I have not made them in a long time. I've written the recipes down, but I used to like to play with flavors. So I played with various sauces and various bases. I have a green sauce. I know it sounds strange. I have a green base Verde type sauce that I use on meat. Same idea. So I just played, and then I have another one that I have in my head that's based on jalapenos. And I got it in my head. It's going to be a sweet jalapeno sauce. I've made the jalapenos in this, but I'm going to blend it. Because usually I keep them in a sliced form, but this time I want to blend it, and I want to use it as a paint on base. For my mind is telling me it'll probably be good on chicken and fish because of the sweetness. It might even work. It could work with a Mexican type when I think about it. See, this is how my mind can work with food. So this is why. And the sad part is, my mother's family, we're gifted with cooking. Like I said, she could go eat a meal. I was just telling this to my new supervisor. My mother could eat a meal at a restaurant and go home and make it back in the day. I don't know if she's there now because she's old. And I have the palate where I can pick up flavors, certain things. Like Linda's sister is a baker. And she had cooked something. I'm going to get off here because I've been on here a while. She had cooked something for me a long time ago, before I first met her. And she made me some, I think it's cupcakes or something. And she made like a little 4 tray of 4 different cupcakes. All of them were phenomenal, but I do love a certain flavor that you don't find a lot in baking. Well, a lot of pickers that bake it, but whenever I can buy something that's sweet with it, I will buy it. And it's an almond poppy cake, obviously, Tom. I love almond flavor. You said that's you, Kathy? Okay. Girl, I love a good almond. And her sister made me a cupcake, and I can't remember what was in it. Didn't have poppy seeds, but as soon as I bit into it, I was like, oh my God, almond. And it's very rare you find people who bake with almond flavoring. And oh my God, it jumped off the page. Her sister, and I was saying to her when I saw her this weekend, because we all got together. Well, not me and her sister, but me and Linda. And I was saying, because we were talking about sweets, because we went to a place, it's called Pie Snob here in Arizona, and they have several locations. So one of our parties is very much a sugarholic. And so she's like, she could just think about dessert. She didn't care about the meal. She could think about this one who had the weight loss surgery. She wanted sweets. So I said, well, and I mentioned Pie Snob. And so she looked it up and she's like, oh, we're going there. And I don't think she'd ever been to it. So we went to the Pie Snob, and I found one that's, I guess, a little bit, I'm equidistant to two, but well, I think that would be better. That was a closer location. It's a better location. Child even got a pie vending machine outside the place. And their pies are incredible. I got a cheesecake in the refrigerator and an apple. And they do an apple with a caramel on there. And I'm talking about actual caramel, not no caramel sauce, melted caramel like candy, like you do for apples, on top of the pie, of the apple pie. And it's rich, but it's really good. So when we left there, Linda's in love. She's like, girl, I cannot deal with you and Victoria, because the Mexican place was good. And then this freaking pie place, Linda was in love for it. She said, then they got a pie vending machine. Ooh, shut the front door. Look, you done made me go back. Because I can't. What's that like? Look, I got to read it again. Okay, for y'all who may not be reading the comments, she says, I use almond flavoring in my sweet potato pies. My dude, what in the hell does that taste like? That is crack. I already know it's going to be crack. Almond flavoring is just bomb. Sorry. Almond, caramel, vanilla. Bomb. You cannot go wrong with any of them flavors. Right there. Them are just cinnamon. Them flavors right there, is that you do something with them as long as you know how to cook. Child bye. You can't go wrong. Almond in a sweet potato pie. Kathy, girl, bye. I need to know. I need to know. See, I'm going to talk to somebody. I know it was. I just like almond. So I love almond flavoring. So I caught it in the muffin, and when I in the cupcake, and when she came to meet us way back when I first met her, her sister's name is Vivian. When I went to meet her, or she came to eat with us, and I told her, thank you for the cupcakes. I said, girl, your cupcake was on hit. I said, my favorite is the one with the almond flavor. And she looked at me. She's like, you caught that. Girl, bye. I told her, you see I'm fluffy, and my family, we cooks. We know food. I said, my biological mother could eat food and go home and make it. She could go, I don't care what type of dish it was. That woman her palate was stupid. I can do it to some degrees. Like when we went out this weekend, there were 3 salsas on the table. There was a yellow one, a green one, and a red one, which you would just think would be a tomato. Nope. I was able to say the orangish one, that was a habanero salsa. The green one was a jalapeno salsa. And the red one was a tomato chipotle salsa. Bomb, all 3 of them. I want to figure out the habanero salsa, because this is not the first time I've had a good habanero. There's a Jamaican hot sauce that you can get from some of the international markets that I used to get and put in my chili. And that's a habanero-based salsa. I need to figure it out. And I know it's habaneros. It's obviously you have a vinegar base. I want to know what else they're putting in there, maybe a garlic. We have a place over here that is a, not Ethiopian, a West African type restaurant. And they do those patty pies, or whatever they call them, little pies that have little meat pies. And they do a chopped habanero salsa on the side. Bomb. I want to know how to make it. I got to figure out how to make it. It's just bomb. I haven't had it in a while. Now I'm thinking about it. Bomb. Yeah. Their dishes are good in general, but bomb. And they got a rice they make that was bomb. Anyway, y'all, we had 119 minutes. I got homework to do. I'm going to catch y'all probably next Saturday. or Sunday. I'll put it up. Y'all know I don't do it the day of. Just be looking out. I'm trying to put things up more. I'll be on here on Saturday or Sunday, and normally between 4:30 and 5:30. I got homework tonight, of which I don't feel like doing. This is a new class, and I'm a little burnt out. So, but I got this homework tonight. I need to do my check-in. We'll see if I do the homework. I gotta see. I gotta pull out the laptop. Few things I need to do, and then Severance. Oh, shows. If y'all watch shows, I don't know what shows y'all watch. Polygamy Gray. You need to watch that. If y'all, I'm gonna go back and watch from the beginning because I fell asleep and it was in like my feed, and I woke up into it. Right. Polygamy Gray with Samuel Jackson. Watch that. Silo, if you like sci-fi on Apple. All these are Apple. Severance season 2 just came on. I'm into that. Another one I like is called The Agency. I think that's on Paramount. I'm doing that through Amazon Paramount membership. I think it's Paramount. Lioness season 1 and 2. I already watched both season 1 and 2. Bomb both of those with what's my girl's name? Not Tandy Newton. They look alike. Her and Tandy Newton look alike. Latino. What's her name? Nicole Kidman's in it. What's my guy from Sesame Street? He used to be on Sesame Street. Black guy. Morgan Freeman. It's got some pretty big stars in there. Y'all might want to watch that. And then in The Agency is Richard Gere. Oh, there's a brother in there. He's kind of a pretty decent actor who's been around for a while. They've got some good British actors in it. It's really a good little show. If you kind of like that spy thing. And I'm trying to think what else. Those are the ones I'm watching. Finding good shows to watch anymore really sucks because a lot of stuff right now really sucks. There's certain stuff I'm tired of agendas being pushed. I just want to see a good show. But yeah, so I don't need you to push agendas. I just show me the show. Oh, and the new Star Trek with called Section 31. I'm trying to see how I like it. It was a little goofy. It was. I'm trying to see. Star Trek, they were taking in a direction, and then this one I just saw a lot of sci-fi flicks. I saw things from what's my dude? What's the dude? It's the trilogy. He was on the planet with the aliens, and then he ended up fighting what you kill, you keep. Vin Diesel. It's this sci-fi show, and I can't think of it. I'm seeing it in my mind right now, and I can't think of it. But anyway, they took stuff from that. They took stuff from various different sci-fi shows, and it was like, okay, I know that from this. I know that from this. I know that from this. I mean, it just was, there was a lack of originality. So I'm trying to see where they're going to go with it. Although they've got some decent stars in there. Jamie Lee Curtis showed up in the end of it. The Asian chick is an amazing actress. She always has been. They got a brother in there who's a popular black actor. Actually, they got two of them because I've seen both of them before. Some of the other ones are mediocre. Or what I call the B actors. They're not bad. They weren't the A class, like a Jamie Lee Curtis or the Asian chick, and I forgot her name. But we'll see. So I'm watching it. Anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. Try to maybe get some homework done. Get ready for tomorrow. I'm work from home. Praise Jesus. Get ready for tomorrow. And I really need to take this trash out to my trash can. Because I had some onions that were sliced and they need to go to the trash. And I had a ham in there. Part of it went bad, so it needs to go to the trash as well. So, like I said, I need to get to my refrigerator. And I haven't really been eating at home as much. I've been doing a grumpy. I ain't gonna lie. I pretty much have whatever. I haven't really cooked. I haven't. I've been ordering out and heating stuff up. Like right now, like I said, I had the burrito that I had left over, ate the rest of it or half of it last night. The 2 bites I took from it, that part I ate last night. And for breakfast this morning was the other half, and I haven't eaten anything else. So now I am starting to get a little bit hungry. So I'm gonna go in there and see what leftover food I got, heat that up, and that's gonna be dinner tonight. I got some Chinese food. I think I might heat that up. And I got some fried rice and some chop suey. So I'm probably gonna heat that up, and that'll be dinner tonight. And I still got the Ethiopian food. That'll be for something else too. Anyway, y'all, peace, 2 and 2. And Kathy, I hope to see you next week. And all, let's see, Flatbed was on here. Let's see who else was on here with me. Trying to see who else was on here with me. I know Flatbed was on here, and y'all in the vibrating plate. PJ, Flatbed, Kathy, and whoever else came in, give us a like, thumbs up, share it out if it blesses anybody. I'm still going to do another video because the conversation I had at the table, and still I need to deal with the young girls that was on here before that was talking about is God bored. Because I think people see even what's going on right now with our political climate. Like, Lord, why would you put this genius in place? Sometimes the same reason why Shannon had to bump her head, because sometimes we have to go through some stuff. And if you didn't learn the first time, maybe you need to go through it again. And then some. And then sometimes we also have to wake up on what we're not. So we got groups of folks who have aligned themselves. I had a friend of mine his family came over illegal from Mexico initially. They're legal now. And he considers himself, he checks off the white on the box. And he's from Mexico. Now, he didn't vote for this individual, but I'm trying to explain to him that exact mindset is what aligns with this kind of mentality. And that's not what you are. But if that makes you think you're better than someone else, then that may be the box you put yourself in. And it has been shown that that is what people do. That's why I had an African chick get on my truck talking about her skin was too dark. And you wanted to lighten your skin because you think light. This mentality has permeated us in all different facets, all walks of life, all Christian backgrounds. We got to change it up. In Christian, non-Christian, all sorts of backgrounds. We got to change it up. It's incorrect. Anyway, y'all, I think did my little heater just kick off? Oh, no, it's still going. I got my little heater on the floor. It's cold. Peace, y'all. Hold on. I started following you. We're on your way to attend the funeral of another trucker. I'm never going to attend a funeral. I think I had talked about a trucker who had died. I talked about a couple. So there was one of my biggest videos was a female truck driver who was killed in Louisiana in her truck. And then there was another one who I think she worked for Prime, but hers was she was murdered, I think, by her boyfriend. And he killed himself before they could ever find her body. So they still don't know where her body is, but he did kill her. And then I had talked about one other, there was the two females, and then there was a black male trucker. He was killed, and that, I really hate to say, I believe was definitely a racial thing. He was hung in his truck, and none of what took place with him made sense. So I'm pretty sure he was murdered by some Anglo folk. Hate to say that. Yeah, both of those two. I have a feeling the one inside the truck was raped and murdered. Her mother was not able to see her body. She had been missing for a while. She was in Louisiana, and there was just a lot of what she did was unwise. And one of the things I would talk to my male and female trainees when I was training truckers, and I'll share this and get off of here, and in anything, guys, we got to use some wisdom, okay? We got to use some wisdom. Like, so where I live, there is an alley behind it's a T alley. So there's a drive-in area between like a driveway that drives up towards an alley, and the whole parking for us is in the back of my complex, okay? But this is all a bunch of older apartments built probably in the 50s. We're block brick apartments. There's tons of us, right? Each building is usually, looks like, owned by separate owners. And there's one behind me that I think is owned by some Latino people. There's another one behind me that got purchased several years ago, and it's been changed. I've been here about 4 years. There's another one that's owned, I think, by a white guy. Mine is owned by a Latino guy who does not live here in the state. He has several properties apparently here in the state. The one across from me that's like mine, but there's a lot of people here. Most of us I think I'm the only chocolate chip out of the 3 buildings that were probably once part of an entire, what would be a complex, right? I'm the only chocolate chip here. I don't even think anybody's black behind me. Mainly Latinos. Behind me, I've seen a couple of white folks. Now, my neighbor that's kind of behind me, either way you could look behind depending on direction, but where I'm sitting that's in front of me, he's Native American. The wife, I think they're married, is white. Um, that's what I have here. But we know each other. But even still, like I'm talking about going to throw my trash out. It's the middle of the night. Okay. But when I walk out, I have a patio. I'm cognizant of my surroundings. And if I see stuff that don't make sense, I'm looking. Now I'm on a major area. I'm in a central Phoenix area. There's a lot of homeless in my area that walk up and down the streets. That's kind of just now being more in the city, and it's now a lot of what you're seeing in general. But you got to be smart. And when I saw the people and some of the things that I would see in trucking, and when I would put people on I wasn't only trying to train them about the driving, because I tell them trucking is a lifestyle. There were certain things. So that's why I said to people, I have a porta john. If I take a dump in the middle of the night, it happened on that truck. I had a bucket with the bags, a toilet seat, and you did what you had to do. I had a portable loo. You put the toilet seat on top of the 5-gallon bucket, handle your business, tied it up. I got it ziplocked, everything where you ain't gonna smell nothing. And in the morning, we cleaned it all out the truck, disinfected, did what we had to do. I told them, if you have to go, you got to go. But we are not in the middle of the night at the truck stop, getting out the truck and walking all the way to the truck stop front. I don't care if we're right next to the door. We're not doing that. We're not stepping off this truck. One, they identify you're a female. One, they could have done right. Now, the way I clothe myself, and because my hair is short, when I first started, it was hard to tell I was a woman because you didn't see the chi-chis. Because only thing you might sound, I had a big butt, but you really couldn't tell. I looked like a big dude. I had a Warner jacket back then with the truck on the back, leather arms, and I'm bundled up, especially in the winter months. Now, later on, when it's summer and I'm in my shorts and a t-shirt, you might be able, because you don't see the chest. But for the most part, you didn't. But even still, because I was female, I was very cognizant of, and even Trucker Bill helped, but even coming out of my trucking school, there were women who were the class, all of them were truck drivers, even the women who were training there. And the classroom truck driver, she told us, she said, for my ladies, but even my fellas, when you get ready to bunk for the night, I'm going to tell you some things to do for your safety and security. She told you how to take those seat belts, put them through the handles of the door, and then snap them into your buckle. Because by the time if they would have busted glass and you had enough of an alert to where you were in fight mode if you needed to. And I still have it, I had a crowbar. So I had the crowbar for the tire, you know what I'm talking about, not crowbar, you know what I'm talking about. It's for tires, not tire thumper, but it's like a metal crowbar like you would have for a car. I have one of those. That thing, I have it for a semi. That thing is like as long as my arm with a hook, and it's heavy as hell. I had my tire thumpers. And so, like Bill, when Bill came to see me, he's like, tire thumper ain't just for thumping tires. And he hit, basically, if somebody come up on you, it's also to handle your business. We couldn't carry guns on the truck. I mean, there's some people who do, but you're not supposed to. But you couldn't carry guns. You're not supposed to carry a gun on the truck. One guy I met, he carried a BB gun. He said BB guns shouldn't be illegal, but BBs can, he said, if you do it right, it can do some damage. I didn't even think about that. It's genius. But so you meet all sorts of people, but you have to use wisdom. And a lot of times that young lady did not use wisdom. One thing I never did was I was not hanging out in the driver's lounge at truck stops. That identifies you a woman at truck stop. So if you got some of these pervs out there, you never know. Also, you have to understand this is an industry, and not saying that every felon gets out as a rapist, but this is an industry that allows felons in it. And it's an industry where felons can come and maybe try to start over. Well, you don't know what they learned or what they were in prison for. And if sexual issues were the issue, you may be on the agenda. So you didn't want to draw that kind of attention. That's what I said. Once you got in that truck, when I was shutting it down for the night, the first thing that happened, the curtains in the front, everything was closed off. You weren't knowing who was in that truck. Because when I closed them curtains, everything shut off. But when you step out the truck, they see you, you advertise it. So there's a wisdom in how you had to handle yourself in that business. Otherwise, there were certain areas of the country, because I knew about sundown laws and all that stuff. Honey, when I shut down somewhere, I got one time, when I first started trucking, I got stuck at a paper plant in the South. And I can't remember if that was Mississippi, one of them. I had gone in my teen years into the South. I did not know about sundown laws until then. I didn't know about the Klan was still active. I mean, from Arizona, I'm thinking that was things of the past. I didn't think that these groups were still active. No, they're still active. They still killing people. They still lynching people. They still crazy. Hello, we're seeing it on a political scale right now. It's still very active in America. That's what I said. Nothing's this ain't. That's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, are people really, especially minorities, are you really this deluded? And they are. And my age, I'm really shocked. The younger folks, I get it a little bit, because it's about them and selfies, and they think, and that's, like how they was fighting with the cops and all the stupid stuff they was doing, and then they sitting up here crying on TV, and you arguing with the cop. Baby, this is why you keep your doggone mouth shut, yes sir, no sir, and live to see another day, because you thinking you big and bad, and you could talk back to these cops like you did your mom and daddy in the house because you wasn't raised right. And now you dead, or you paraplegic, or rolling around in a wheelchair, and you wonder why. Because we were smart enough to live another day and try to deal with that in a different way. So there's a lack of wisdom. And this young lady, unfortunately, God rest her soul, she went up in there watching the game, hanging out, walking back to her truck, like ain't nothing going on. Somebody's attention got drawn, and I'm not saying what happened to her is good, it's bad, and unfortunately it never caught this individual. And I believe she's raped and murdered in that truck. And and the other part is where she was, Louisiana, they don't care about no black chick getting killed down there. And they don't care. They don't care. They just don't care. And it's sad, but it's true. I got another story about and I'm getting off here, another lady, she wasn't even a truck driver, she was a school teacher. Had gotten a job in Louisiana. That's why you watch where you at too. And I'm not trying Louisiana only, there's other states too. She got a job, teacher of the year. Friend of mine here, I met her and her sister at a party years ago. And her sister had finished school and got some kind of thing that was going to help her pay off her student loans. So she moved down to Louisiana to be a teacher in the school districts, right? She turned around, went out, got teacher of the year, was going out with several teachers, had fun. They went to some restaurant. There was a bar grill or something like that. All of a sudden, said she didn't feel good, and she's going to walk out to her car and sit in her car. First of all, that should have been a flag to her friends, which tells me her drink was probably spiked, right? All of a sudden, they did not find her until later on. I know Sharpton went down because the mama had it. It was on the news briefly, but they really had to push to get it out there. Beautiful sister, very pretty girl, young. They found her body in her car, clothes half off, so I'm sure she was raped too. Deceased in her car, and they hadn't found her for days. So she had been killed for a minute, and they found her half naked in her car. And the car was like in a place where they had searched prior, and then it was in some ditch. So I'm pretty sure what happened. But that's the other thing. There's, like I said, there's wisdom. You going out with a group of females, you all need to there's just some smart. Even I said, don't drink nothing you've left a drink somewhere. Absolutely. Don't do this. Don't do it. I worked at a company because I knew how racist it was. I had left some coffee in my drawer. I ain't trust nothing they did. I won't mention that trucking company's name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I was working in office. I wouldn't drink my bag of coffee because I forgot and left it there open. They were so different. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't trust nada you people are doing. And you got to use that wisdom. And I learned I don't leave food on. No, anything. I don't trust you, especially if I know I'm dealing with racist behavior or you're a female, and you ain't got to be pretty, beautiful, because rape is not about attractiveness. Rape is just the fact you're a woman and you got some pervy, crazy person who is wanting to be controlling and wanting to go and just it's a power thing. That's what it is. It's a sick sexual power thing. And then when you have people who are racist, they do all sorts of major things. And jealousy, racism, those things, people will do some really atrocious things in your family, in work environments, in life. So yeah, you got to walk in wisdom. Anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. We're at 140 minutes. Peace. Give it a like, thumbs up, share it out. I'll see y'all next week, either Saturday or Sunday around 4:30, 5:30. Just be looking for the alert. Peace. Night, Kathy.